Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. All about nutrition from your favorite dietitian. Everything you need to digest in your mind. Tips with Tony. Tips with Tony. Making you healthier one bite at a time. With Tony. Woo.
Hello and welcome to the Tips with Tony podcast. I'm Tony Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time. Today we are talking about how maybe you have finally decided that you're done with dieting. You've given up on it completely. You know it doesn't work. You're beyond frustrated by the fact that you lost the weight, gained the weight, you felt in control around food, out of control around food, you're struggling with consistency, and you're just like up to here with it, and you're like, I'm not even going to try it again. Like, I know it doesn't work. This is a great first step. So first of all, I want to acknowledge you and I want to congratulate you on getting here. Repeating things and expecting different results is literally the definition of insanity. So I'm proud of you for deciding like you're not going back. Now, here's the thing. Despite this, I also know that you're still having a hard time not dieting, because even though you know that it's not helpful, because of all the rules that you followed for so long, because of all of the changes that you've made, the meal plans that you followed, the tracking calories, the tracking points, the working out every day, or sometimes doing twice a day workouts, or weighing every morsel of food, like you've done that for so long that you almost don't know how to act without it. You almost don't know how to eat if you're not following a meal plan or tracking points. You don't know what a healthy relationship with exercise looks like. You know, you're not sure what's the right amount of food to eat, right? And it's like, and so now you're not doing the meal plans. You stop the meal plans, you stop the calorie counting, you stop the 2-a-day workouts, you stop weighing and measuring everything. But yet here you are, you're still feeling guilty for eating the quote unquote bad foods. You're still kind of counting in your head. It's kind of really hard to unlearn that. You're still obsessing over the clothes that you're wearing, the size of your pants. You know, you still don't really feel good in your body. And you're still telling yourself that you shouldn't eat when you're hungry, right? You're still creating rules around food and like pushing it off till later or whatnot. And you see, dieting isn't the problem now. We know dieting used to be the problem. Now it's not the problem. Now the problem is you don't know how not to diet. So if you've ever heard me say, hi, I'm Tony, business owner of Diet Tips with Tony, who ironically teaches you how not to diet, this is actually what I mean. I'm not talking about, just not doing the, Weight Watchers and Noom and following rigid meal plans and, all those things. That's not what I'm talking. I'm actually teaching you how not to do those things, and then also how not to be stuck in what's called the diet mindset and actually learn how to eat for you and your body based on your goals and your lifestyle. Okay? Because even when you change your actions and you're not actively going on a diet, you're not actively following something, unfortunately, because of those years of doing it, your mindset is still stuck in the thought patterns of I'm not skinny enough, or I'm not lean enough, or I'm not light enough, or I ate too much, or I didn't work out hard enough, right? It's like all this, I'm not enough. And those are the exact messages that drove you to diet in the first place. So all you're really doing is you're staying stuck in that diet cycle loop. But instead of going to dieting, you're just staying stuck in that one part where you're just like having these negative thoughts. And it's like your old way of helping yourself heal from that, or not really heal, really. Your old thing of like taking action on that was you would put Band-Aid on things you were never getting to the root. But basically you would go about like changing your lifestyle and changing your diet and signing up for this program and blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, none of those things were really teaching you anything, and they were, one size fits all approaches, and there was, a lot of nuance, and it was just not clear and not really helpful, or just too hard to follow, or too restrictive, or whatever it is. And so it's like you don't want to go there, but now you don't know what the solution is. So you have, you're here with the original problem, but you don't know the solution. And because the only solution requires those rigidity or those extremes, dieting is not a choice, but you're feeling stuck. And this is because dieting is more than a choice. And I think it's really important to kind of note that. Dieting is a process. It's a behavior. And all processes and behaviors take time to develop. Therefore, they're going to take time to break, right? So if you want to break up with the one-size-fits-all approaches and finally get to the root of your health and body image issues, then you are going to need to address your mindset. You have to address your relationship with food. You can't skip that part. And most importantly, you have to address your relationship with yourself. How do you talk to yourself? Who do you want to be? Who are you today, right? These are the things that are really, really important. And I think that regardless of what you choose to do, whatever next step you choose to take, if you don't address these three things, then unfortunately you're going to continue to stay stuck in this cycle, whether it's a diet cycle or just the diet mindset. And I really want to help you kind of break free from that. And so what I'm sharing with you today is an opportunity for you to learn how to fix your mindset, heal your mindset, get out of the diet mindset, how to heal your relationship with food, how to improve your relationship with yourself. And we're going to be talking about it on our very next masterclass. So we're hosting a masterclass on Thursday, February 23rd. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a 90-minute masterclass about how you can transform your mindset to get out of the diet mindset and to find a balanced one. And it's going to be incredible. I really want you to show up. If you can attend live, that would be amazing. If you can't attend live, then you still want to sign up because that'll give you access to the replay. But we're going to really break this down. I'm going to be able to teach you how to stop making rules around food. I can't say it's going to, by attending this masterclass that your whole mindset is going to be healed. But what it is going to do is you're going to have some light bulbs. So if you had some light bulbs today, then you're going to have light bulbs on next Thursday. So make sure you go to the link in the show notes to sign up. And if anything I said here resonated with you, I would really encourage you to send this to someone maybe you can relate to. Maybe if you guys planned on doing like Weight Watchers again together or trying intermittent fasting or whatever kind of idea you had, maybe send them this and maybe you decide, before you decide to kind of go back to the thing that didn't help you or to try some new variation of your own rules, your own set of rigidity, maybe you decide to take a different approach and a different perspective. And maybe you send this to a friend and they can do that with you. Okay? I hope that by sharing this, you know that you're not alone. I hope that by sharing this, you know that this is part of the process. And I actually want to just go back to what I said in the beginning. You're in the messy middle. So you know dieting doesn't work. You're not going back to that. That is a huge first step. Now you need to really just learn how to eat again. You need to learn how to pay attention to your hunger and fullness cues. Unfortunately, you can't quite trust them right now because you've screwed with them for so long and you've ignored them for so long. And so you're going to have to learn how to just eat consistently, eat balanced, exercise regularly without going into those extremes. And I've said this a bazillion times, but I'll say it again. You really need to get out of that all or nothing mentality. And just really focus on how you want to feel, how you want to be, and really prioritize all of those things in your life that really matter to you. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure you're protecting your energy. Your energy is your best asset. Work on your sleep routine, work on hydrating, work on, thinking a little bit of ahead, some prepping and planning, but not going too extreme in the prep and the planning of your food and all those things. And really just, if I can give you one thing, a little sneak peek to what I'm going to be teaching more about in the masterclass, because I don't want to just kind of make this podcast episode all the things that you're not doing or you're struggling with and not give you any sort of resolution. But I think that if you want to start kind of early, hopefully you show up to the masterclass next week, but if you kind of want to start early, I really want you to start focusing on how can I take care of me? Think about that. How can I take care of me? What have I done for so many people today? And then where am I in that equation? You need to be on your priority list. You need to start setting more time aside for yourself. It doesn't have to be an extreme way. You don't need to say goodbye to everyone you love and say peace and go on vacation for 2 to 3 weeks and, don't talk to anyone, although you could do that and that would be amazing as well. But I know that's not realistic, and that in itself is just even stressful to plan and stressful to do. And then you come home to a bazillion things, and really the day-to-day stuff and how you take care of you is what is going to help you to see things differently. But if you're continuously pouring into other people's cups and not creating space, time, and energy for you, it's going to be really hard for you to see clearly. And you're going to continue to be tempted by the short-term results. You're going to continue to be tempted by old patterns. If you want to break the pattern, you got to do something different. So I'm challenging you to take some time for yourself to start looking at things differently. This is actually coming out on Valentine's Day, and I wanted to do a self-love kind of podcast, but I love how it ended up being in there anyway. Ways you can show yourself love today, or every day, really. Just eating balanced meals, hydrating with water, maybe taking a bubble bath today, maybe buying yourself a candle or some flowers, or going on a walk in nature, reading a book instead of doing the thing that you keep telling yourself you need to do or you have to do or that you quote unquote should do. Maybe you just give yourself a little bit of space to read a really good book. There are so many ways that you can show yourself love today and every day. And I would encourage you to make it a daily practice. One thing a day that you do for you, whether that be working out or not working out, and whether that be getting a massage or using the foam roller, whether that be spending time with your loved ones or not spending time with your loved ones. Maybe you need a break, right? And the thing you can do for you every day can change. But this is what I'm going to challenge you guys to do. When you write down, my guess is most of you listening to this have some sort of a to-do list that you write down every day. Step 1, change that to get to do. Don't just write to do, change that to get to do. What do you get to do today? And every single day, one of those things on there, at least one of those things on there, needs to be something that you get to do for you. And you got to do it. That one's a non-negotiable. All the other ones that you think you quote unquote should or shouldn't do, yeah, or you should do, you don't need to do. But the one thing on there that you get to do that's for you, non-negotiable. And that can change day to day. Could be meditation one day. Could be journaling one day. Could be hydrating one day. Although we want to stay hydrated every day. And although we know that if you meditate daily and if you journal daily, all that stuff is incredible. We know that. But start small. And watch things start to shift for you. Watch you start to look at how you take care of yourself and how you love your body and your skin and your relationship with food, all that stuff, it's connected. It's connected to how you view yourself, and it's connected to how you take care of yourself. So that's a little bit of a sneak peek to what I'll be talking more about next week at the masterclass about how to break up with the diet mindset transformation. Make sure you head over to the link in my show notes to sign up. We look forward to teaching you there. We're so excited to continue to educate you, inspire you. And if you are loving this podcast, you like this episode, like I said, share it to a friend or subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. A new episode comes out, I want to say every week now. We used to do twice a week, but it's hard to do. So I'm going to say once a week. And when you're subscribed, you'll be notified and you won't miss a beat. All right, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I'm Toni Marinucci, your registered dietitian, helping you get healthy one bite at a time.